In the pursuit of success, we often find ourselves standing at a crossroads, faced with a multitude of opportunities that beckon us like sirens. Each opportunity, glimmering with promise, pulls us in different directions, and the temptation to chase after every shiny prospect can be overwhelming. But here's the truth: not all opportunities are created equal. In fact, many of them are distractions, mere illusions that can lead us astray if we're not careful. Sun Tzu, the ancient strategist whose wisdom has transcended centuries, reminds us of the importance of understanding both ourselves and our enemies. He posits that if you know your enemies and know yourself, you will not be in peril in 100 battles. Conversely, if you don't know your enemies but do know yourself, you may win one and lose one. But if you don't know either, you're bound to find yourself in peril at every turn. This is not just a lesson for the battlefield, it's a crucial principle for navigating the complex landscape of opportunities in our careers and lives. Imagine walking into your workplace, and there it is, a list of projects, initiatives, and opportunities stretching before you, each one clamoring for your attention. The allure of jumping into the fray is strong. We often feel the pressure to take on as much as we can, to say yes to every request, every project, every chance to prove ourselves. But what if I told you that this approach could be detrimental? What if I told you that the key to true success lies in the art of discernment? Think about it. In any organization, resources are finite. Time, energy, and political capital are limited. When we spread ourselves too thin, trying to fight every battle, we risk losing sight of our true goals. We become overwhelmed, bogged down by tasks that don't contribute to our overarching strategy. The truth is, not every battle is worth fighting. Some are distractions that lead us away from our core objectives. So, how do we determine which battles to engage in? It starts with a deep understanding of our organization's strategy. What are the key outcomes we're striving for? What are the critical paths that will lead us there? By aligning our efforts with these goals, we can identify the opportunities that will yield the highest impact. When we think like leaders, we become hyper-focused on the actions that truly matter. We study the landscape, assess the opportunities, and rally our resources around the critical battles. We say yes to the initiatives that align with our strategy, and no to the distractions that threaten to derail us. This requires a level of awareness and decisiveness that is crucial in today's fast-paced environment. Now, let's talk about planning. It's tempting to dive headfirst into action, to jump at the first opportunity that presents itself. But without a well-organized plan, we risk wasting valuable resources and energy. A strong preliminary calculation is essential. The commander who fails to think and reason will inevitably find themselves at a disadvantage. By taking the time to organize our thoughts, create a plan, and connect our actions to the overarching strategy, we set ourselves up for success before the battle even begins. However, it's not just about planning, it's also about recognizing when to hold back. Some battles are simply not worth our time or energy. They may be enticing, but if they don't align with our strategic goals, they can lead us down a path of frustration and wasted effort. We must learn to identify those battles that consume the fewest resources while producing the most significant results. Let's take a moment to reflect on our own experiences. Think about a time when you took on a project that seemed promising, but ultimately led to a dead end. Perhaps it was a task that required an excessive amount of time and energy, but didn't contribute to your overall goals. How did that feel? Frustrating, right? Now, think about a time when you chose to focus on a project that aligned perfectly with your objectives. The sense of accomplishment and progress was likely far more satisfying. This is the essence of strategic thinking. It's about recognizing that we can't take on every problem at work. Each of us has a finite amount of political capital, and if we expend it on trivial matters, we may find ourselves without the influence we need when it truly counts. It's a delicate balance. You can be right in your convictions, but if you're pursuing the wrong challenges at the wrong time, you may sabotage your own effectiveness. So, as we navigate the complexities of our careers, let's ask ourselves a crucial question: would we rather be right or effective? It's a powerful inquiry that can guide our decision making. Sometimes, being right means standing firm on an issue that ultimately doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. But being effective means choosing our battles wisely, focusing on what will drive us toward our goals, and making the most of our limited resources. In the end, we must remember that battles win wars. Each decision we make, each opportunity we pursue, contributes to the larger narrative of our careers and our organizations. By thinking like leaders, we can navigate the landscape of opportunities with clarity and purpose. We can discern the critical battles that will propel us forward and have the courage to say no to the distractions that threaten to pull us off course. As we move forward, let's commit to being mindful of our choices. Let's take the time to assess our opportunities and align them with our strategies. Let's choose to fight the battles that matter and let go of those that don't. In doing so, we not only set ourselves up for success, but also contribute to the success of our organizations. So, the next time you're faced with a tempting opportunity, pause for a moment. Reflect on your goals, your strategy, and the resources at your disposal. Ask yourself, is this battle worth fighting? If the answer is yes, then charge ahead with confidence. But if it's no, then let it go and redirect your energy toward the battles that will truly make a difference. In the grand tapestry of our careers, let's be the strategists, the leaders who know when to engage and when to step back. Let's be mindful of our choices and committed to the outcomes that matter. Because in the end, it's not just about winning battles, it's about winning the war. And that, my friends, is the ultimate goal.